In other news, President Joe Biden said that the United States is forging strongly ahead on its growing Asia-Pacific focus, despite the crisis sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Hosting Singapore's Prime Minister Hsien Loong in the Oval Office, Mr. Biden described the United States as a proud Indo-Pacific nation. Prime Minister Lee, meanwhile, urges closer ties between the U.S. and the Asian.
And even as we address the crisis in Europe, my administration is strongly supportive of moving rapidly to implement the Indo-Pacific strategy we've talked about. And the United States is a proud Indo-Pacific nation. Borders can't be changed by force, and all the nations, large and small, are equal and sovereign in the right for their sovereignty. And I want to thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for Singapore's principled leadership in supporting the people of Ukraine. I know it's not easy, but I want to thank you for it. You're a man of principle, and you've stepped up every time you've had to.
Singapore is a very good partner of the United States. We're a major security cooperation partner of the U.S. And our relations are doing very well, economically as well as in the security and defense realms. And they prosper and grow and venture into new areas continuously. And I hope to discuss that with the President today, as well as to further the relationship between the U.S. and ASEAN. We will, of course, exchange views also on Ukraine and what that means for the Asia-Pacific region. Singapore hopes that the United States, amidst all its many preoccupations, will continue to deepen its relationship with countries in the Asia-Pacific, China certainly, but also other countries besides China, and deepen it substantially in many different ways.
The Biden administration has repeatedly characterized the Asia-Pacific region, and particularly the rise of Communist China, as the #1 strategic issue for the U.S. The world's two biggest economies are at loggerheads over trade, human rights, and more broadly, what Biden often portrays as a defining struggle in the 21st century between the globe's autocracies and democracies. But concerns about China have been pushed to the back burner by the emergency in Europe, where Russia's military is in its second month of attacking neighboring pro-Western Ukraine in a crisis more reminiscent of a Cold War. Singapore announced in February it was joining other pro-Western powers in imposing sanctions on Russia, including blocking financial transactions. The wealthy city-state rarely sanctions other countries without UN backing, but Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan cited the unprecedented gravity of the crisis in Ukraine.